Welcome back to another video with Mrs. Danielle DeVita. I am a relationship and femininity coach, and I've been married for 13 years. My goal is to help both men and women be in relationships that's best for them. So I know I've been gone for about a week, so I wanted to, or a little bit over a week. So a lot of things have been going on, the whole hurricane and the kids are out of school during that time. So a lot of things were going on, and I just needed a quick break just to reset and get these videos out. So I wanted to talk about dating over 40. I actually have some people come to me and they say, well, where are all the good men for those who are over 40? And I'm talking about women are saying this. So I wanted to give a quick, tidbit of where these men are. I don't like to say where to find men because I truly believe that men should be in pursuit. Men should find women. But as a woman, no matter what age you are, your goal is to be available for that man. You want to still be in that area where they are so they can find you. If you're not there, you can't be found because you're doing whatever. Maybe if you're taken, you are where those good men are not wanting to be. You're in the wrong place, wrong environment, right? So an environment could be you're in a toxic relationship, so you can't be found because you're taken. But in a toxic relationship, you are constantly at work. You're not making yourself available for men to see you unless you're interested in only men from your job talking to you. But a lot of people don't like to do that. They like to meet people outside of their work just to make sure things are not complicated. So again, for any woman of any age, your goal is to be available, not to find, but to be available, to be found. Now, getting back to the topic at hand, if you are over 40 and you're like, well, where do I need to be available for these men? I'm going to go ahead and give you some tips. I prolonged this video because I don't want people to use this and have it as, play it as a game. Go to find these men who have resources and money and use them. So I'm going to say, if you intend to use this in that way, you will reap what you sow. I'll leave it at that. So if you want to find men, and again, I'm taken, I'm married, but had I not been married, and no matter what age I am, I would probably go to these places. If you're typically looking for someone just a tad bit older than you. And when I say a tad, I mean he's a few years older. He's more distinguished given my current age. If you're probably someone under 30, you're not probably going to find men in these spaces. Okay. So let's start with those who are faith-based. If you are looking for someone who is on this path, this purpose, this journey, and you're looking for this particular man of God, you're going to need to go to church spaces, right? So you want to go to a church who is under good leadership, and you're likely to find a person who is on that path of, this journey of bettering themselves. Again, all people are not perfect. People are going to be making mistakes. So don't mistake a man of God as someone who is not flawed, right? But if you're looking for someone who is truly on that path, go to church. So number one would be go to church if you're looking for this faith-based man, because a lot of times he's going to be there. He may have himself going. Again, you want to make sure you're under church of good leadership. And every person who goes to church, every man who goes to church is not a man of God. So I think that you need to have discernment. I had a video on discernment, using your intuition and all of those things. So just because someone has the title, the label that someone would assume they're a man of God, maybe if they say they're a minister or deacon or whatever it is, or they're faithfully going to church or in the choir or over some type of leadership, it does not mean that they're a man of God. You need to look at the works that they do, their actions, their words, how they carry themselves to determine if someone is truly a man of God, not just by their title and not just because of currently where they are. Same for you. Look at yourself. When you're living right, then you can see that in someone else. All right. So if you, and whether you're faith-based or not, these other places can be places where you can go as well. But I would start in the church, because if you say you're looking for a man of God, that's where you need to go. Number two, get active. Get active. And the best way to go is go to hiking, right? Hiking, a lot of times people think, oh, no one goes hiking, but they have like these, and when I say hiking, there's like trails. I should say hiking or trails. A lot of places, they have these trails that people walk on or ride their bike. They call it hiking because the trail is kind of upward, like almost like going up a mountain. Um, Another one is like, if you've been to Hollywood, they have like in California, they have like these little trails that go up a mountain, and a lot of people call that hiking because you're going upward. They have them in Florida. They have them, I think, near Stone Mountain. There's like little areas where you can walk, and you're kind of like you're going up a mountain. So when I say hiking, I mean hiking trails, bikes. So get active and go to these places, because you might find someone who is just as active and care about their physique just like you, or trying to work on bettering their physique. You may find these people there, and typically it's going to be older. You're not going to find people in their younger 20s or 30s. They're going to be on the older end, right? In their 30s and 40s, maybe 50s there. A lot of more distinguished. Of course, I don't think past 50 you're gonna see too many people there. I don't recommend you try to talk to people at gyms, because most people find it off-putting. I'm trying to work out and you're trying to talk to me, or you're trying to be all in my face, right? So to speak, as a woman. So you're all in their face. The only time I would say that would make sense is if you go to those gyms, they have other spaces outside of the actual gym. Like they have a smoothie bar and other places that you could potentially be talking to people outside of working out. But again, going on trails, hiking, biking trails, things like that. Another part of the working out is golfing. They have a lot of golfing courses where you'll see more distinguished and older men there. If you make friends with the person who sets the schedules, sometimes if it's a busy hour, they will pair people together. So like if you come by yourself, they will pair you with another single person. So now you guys are golfing together. So if you make friends with them, maybe you can ask, for them to pair you with another guy, of course, who is not taken for that. But you may not even have to do that, because a lot of golfing places have groups where they do mingling. So you can probably potentially get with someone in that way. But I would say you just go in those spaces. That's how you're get interested in them. Sometimes you can be part of their social clubs. Sometimes there's social clubs at these golf courses. Again, these things are going to cost money. If you are part of a golf club or a social club, it's going to cost money. Number 3 would be, this may involve money as well, but for those who are interested in frat guys, a lot of frat guys, they are, of course, they're not in college anymore. They're older, they're distinguished, and they're doing a lot of functions. And you would need to pay donations to go to these events that they have. So if there's a fraternity that's having some type of upcoming event, I would get a ticket and go there to that event. You're going to see a lot of guys who are older, distinguished, and have a path set. They're on their purpose already, and these are just networking events that they're still a part of. So fraternity events are a great way to, if you're over 40, to attend these events and these functions. These are functions where you're dressing up and you're giving donations, and you'll see a lot of older guys attend. Most of the time, people who are attending those are usually in their 40s and 50s. They're alumni for the frats. And I don't think this is just for one race, because a lot of people think, oh, fraternity, alphas and things like that. But there are fraternities of other groups that may do this. Number 4 would be the Chamber of Commerce. So find one in your area, and there are going to be a lot of older men that may be a part of it. And hopefully your Chamber of Commerce is very active. So go to one that's very active, and you may see someone who's on their purpose, right? And you can get with them there. I try not to make too many business functions personal. So I'm kind of leery of mentioning that one, because, yes, it's a great way to network, but, it's Chamber of Commerce. Like, you want to keep it business, and you don't want to use that too much as an opportunity to make things personal, because then mixing business and pleasure may not always be good for some people. But if you're interested, then definitely do that. But the other option of fraternity, because it's a more of a social event, it may be better that you then meet someone in some type of social outing, right? These are better outings than clubs and lounges. It's better to meet someone in these types of social club settings. So again, the fraternity club is almost the same as joining a social club. There's probably social clubs, and I'm not talking about the ones you have to pay for, like the upscale social clubs. You can join groups like Facebook groups that have mingling in social clubs that allow singles to go out often. And they have those for people who are over 40. They have them for all ages. But I would find a metro city to go to that's close to your area for you to meet these guys. Another one is, again, money is involved with this. Find where they have yacht clubs or boating clubs, and see if those boating or yacht clubs have special events. Sometimes they put on a party or event on the yacht, and you're probably going to have to pay. And if you pay to get on that yacht, who knows who you may meet, right? Because everyone doesn't have the means and the money to go to a party on a yacht. So sometimes, and not all the time, but sometimes they have these events. I know I live in Florida, so there's a lot of people who have yachts and large boats, and they have parties and events near or on their yacht, and you can pay to go. And they have things for couples too, but you can just pay to go, and you're having a great time, and you may meet someone, right? So I think that these are some things of meeting upscale distinguished guys who are on their path, on their journey. Because a lot of times women who are over 40 are not typically trying to date men who are still trying to get their footing on life. So these are some great ideas. Again, don't use this as a way to get in a man's wallet and use them and then go on your merry way. If you're over 40, hopefully you shouldn't be doing that anyway. If you're younger, if you're like someone in maybe your 30s, there's a possibility you may meet some guys at the social clubs and events, and maybe the yacht. You may not meet them in some of the other spaces, like the biking and the hiking and golfing, but you may meet them at social outings. Also, there's one other place, but again, this is again for women over 40. Go to a place where a suiting place for men. If you go at a certain time, you may meet men there where they're selling men clothing or watches. You may potentially meet men there. Again, the traffic may not be how you want it to be able to easily bump into men. But I would definitely try that out as well. You can work with the salesperson there to say, hey, do you guys have a lot of foot traffic? And then you go there, and potentially you may meet someone just buying something for your father, right? So when Father's Day comes or a birthday comes around, you can buy something for your father, for your brother, or for someone like that. If you know that you have a good brother, and he's on that path, maybe he has friends, right? Sometimes brothers don't like to mix, their friends and their family members together. But you never know. All right. I forgot to mention these grocery stores. I am seeing men over 30 in these stores, and these are healthy grocery stores. So that is all I have for you. This is for women over 40 because I am getting a lot of, where are these men, right? Again, you're not finding them. You just want to be in those spaces to be available for that type of man. I think anyone in any age group could potentially go to these places. However, you're not going to see many young men at these places as you would a man over 40. Thanks. Take care. Like, subscribe, and share this content. Don't forget to hit the notification bell. Take care.